And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Buying time to his left. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
To throw on third down, Boyer. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. This is taken at the 15. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Cards will take over first and 10. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a first and 10 at their own 23. And they'll run it here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. A gain of 3, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down, Rosen. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Able to shake him off. And now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Gone, 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 gone. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
3rd and long here for Rosen. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
Detroit, Detroit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Set, blue, landing.
And now it's Rosen looking. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Rosen. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense, to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
Leopard! No. Check. Patriot! Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. The Cardinals on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Tackle made there by Budda Baker.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw on 2nd down, Boyer. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Gun!
On 3rd down, Boyer. Dancing to his left. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 11. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out now come the Cardinals. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, you're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Rosen to throw. Steps away. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Play action here with Rosen. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Rosen looking to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. Throw left side complete. It's Crawford. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And this is Shepard on the catch. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Leopard.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. The Cardinals on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Pinheiro now to kick this one away. Carolina getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Back 99, Philly, here we go. Gun.
Throwing again, Boyer. And this one is incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. To throw on 3rd down. Boyer. On the slant, and gets it to Gronkowski.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Throwing on 1st down. Boyer, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Extra point safely through, and that makes our score 17-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. On 1st down, Boyer eluding the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing. And
they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the air on 2nd down. Boyer escaping the pressure right. Wide open, Gronkowski. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And he said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Being chased out left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit. That going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
Rosen will throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now it's Rosen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On 4th down, here's Justin Vogel on to punt it away. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So you want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On play action, Rosen. Over the middle, it's complete. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gone!
Now Rosen on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone! Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down inside Carolina's 15. A huge play there for Arizona. 48 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watching now, Barney.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw is Rosen. Quick hitter here. It's complete. No gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Here's Rosen. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On third down, that's Shepard. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He's got a man on the crossing route. That's more. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Back to Philly. Here we go.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And now it's Rosen looking. Flushed out right. He's got a man. It's his fullback. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On second down, Rosen. Flush to his right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 3rd down, that's Shepard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed first round?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Boswell on now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way, so it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, if the quarterback is stretched a little bit, some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter, those might be open for him.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pump.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposite.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Robert Kimdichie in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Letting one go deep here for Gronk. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
And that's off the left upright, but it caroms right in. How about that? The kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. So a clutch field goal there off the upright and in. That ties this thing here in the late going. I'm going to say that he called bank there. What do you think?
He did not call bank.
I think he called bank.
There's no way he called bank on that one. You want to give your head coach some heart murmurs, though? Banking field goals in the fourth quarter because he's going to need an oxygen mask after that one.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And on the ground they go with a running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete.
Defending an out route is awfully difficult because the best receivers try and sell an inside move before they break to the out, and you have to respect that as a defensive guy because if you let them, what they say, cross your face or get across you in the middle of the field, usually you're beaten on a route, and that's an easier throw for the quarterback. So you ordinarily take a step over to make sure you seal that off. In this case, he was able to not only do that, but react back to the sideline and bat the ball down.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So come up here on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
Detroit!
But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Complete. Richardson has it. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. They'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Gun! 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 Gun!
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good return there, 17 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Rosen. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Detroit! Hut! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hut!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun! Hut!
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Robert Kimdichie in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Detroit! Detroit!
And Charles, in this one, the 4th quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for Arizona, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles...